Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Sun Belt Conference call. Today's call is being recorded. At this time, for opening remarks and introductions, I would like to turn the conference over to Mr. Todd Stewart. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you, everyone, for joining us for the second week of our weekly Sun Belt Conference head football coach teleconferences. Before we begin, I'd like to announce this week's Sun Belt Conference Players of the Week based on last weekend's games. The Offensive Player of the Week from Arkansas State, sophomore quarterback Corey Leonard. The Defensive Player of the Week, also from Arkansas State, senior safety Tyrell Johnson. And the Special Teams Player of the Week from Louisiana Lafayette, junior Jason Cherry. Again, the Offensive Player of the Week, Corey Leonard from Arkansas State. Defensive Player of the Week, Tyrell Johnson from Arkansas State. Special Teams Player of the Week, Jason Cherry from Louisiana Lafayette. At this time, we will open up to questions for the head football coach at Arkansas State, Steve Roberts.
As a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, please do so at this time by pressing star 1. The first question comes from Dan McDonald with the Lafayette Advertiser.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Very good. Probably not as good as you today. Is there such a thing as, like, when you're playing against a team, as a moral victory to start out the season?
No, sir. There are some things that go positively for you that you can draw a lot of confidence from, but bottom line is we didn't make critical plays at critical times that we needed to even have more confidence by winning the game.
You talked about some plays that didn't make. Are they things that are correctable, or?
Yeah, there are things that are correctable, and a lot of it's just first game type of stuff. We dropped a couple of balls, one that would have given us first and goal and another one that would have been a touchdown. We missed a short field goal where we kicked the laces on the ball. We gave up 2 touchdowns, one on a stop-and-go move where we didn't contact the receiver, and one where we lost a fullback out of the backfield on a wheel route. Things that we've covered, but we didn't focus well enough to make those plays. And there are probably 10 or 12 plays in that game that if we make 3 or 4 of them, we win the game. But, both teams can probably say that. Both of us had opportunities, and I'm not worried about their opportunities. I was worried that we didn't make the best of our opportunities.
You have to come back from an emotional game like that, and now you're going to play a rivalry game. Or do you have any concerns that your guys, to getting them back up for this weekend?
No, I don't have any concerns about that at all. I have concerns about how good Memphis is. They outgained Ole Miss by almost 200 yards, had 30 first downs in the game, completely dominated every aspect of the game, but turnovers and a block punt killed them. That's our concern right now, is preparing our team to play a very good Memphis team, a much improved Memphis team from last year.
Appreciate it, Coach.
You bet, Dan.
Our next question comes from Todd Traub with the Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Todd.
First question, your film study on the onside kick, are you convinced now for sure that maybe you guys lined up right, or did you find out that maybe you possibly lined up wrong? And also, can you comment about your players of the week for me?
We lined up correctly and executed the play correctly. Other than that, I don't think I can comment a whole lot. Very proud of the play of Corey Leonard. I thought Corey played extremely well. The competitor in Corey really showed very strongly Saturday. The competitor in him also wishes that he had a couple of plays back. Did not play a perfect game, but played very well. Tyrell was all over the field. Did exactly what we expect of a senior, 3-time all-conference player. He played extremely well. Had 14 tackles on the night and an interception. Was very physical. Did a great job of getting through the football.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next, we will go to Adam Sparks with the Daily News Journal.
Morning, Coach.
Good morning, Adam.
One more thing on Corey Leonard. A lot of us got to know him last year in the win against Memphis. Can you talk about in the last year how he's matured from that point to where he is now?
Well, there's still a whole lot to be seen throughout the course of the 12-game regular season, but we've seen in practice through spring football and through the winter conditioning period and all of fall camp, we've seen a much greater consistency in his efforts from a leadership standpoint, from an actual execution standpoint, from a maturity standpoint. I think last year was good for him to get his feet wet, and I think he'll be a better quarterback this year, but we've got a lot of confidence that he will, but still have to go out and get that done.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir, Adam.
Our final question comes from Kevin Turbeville with the Jonesboro Sun.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Kevin.
Wanted to ask you to look back a little bit and, just ask you what it meant for your program, not only to win that Memphis game the way you did, but the fact that it was the first time Arkansas State had beaten Memphis since '89, and maybe just, what it meant to your program to get that one last year.
Well, it was a big win for us, no doubt. I thought we played very well the majority of that ball game, and we're fortunate enough to win that game. It was a big win for all the people that are associated with our program, from players or coaches or fan standpoint. Ultimately, I think it helped us win a few more games, but we didn't end up meeting our goals last year from some aspects. So it was a win.
I guess also to have them coming over here again, I guess that will also, you have to expect, that will stir a lot of excitement too, going back to when they came over here in 2004 and you had 30,000 people.
Well, we had a great fan base that day show up for Indian football. We had a ton of people here to support this program, and that means so much to the young men that run out of that locker room. To see those people here, to see them and to help them have an opportunity for success, it's really undescribable for those young men.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
We do have a follow-up question from Todd Traub with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Yeah, sorry to rattle your cage again, Coach. I just wanted to ask, Saturday's game, you came in with a few spots that you'd said were maybe, not necessarily question marks, but you had some unproven players. Did you get all your answers, or are you still sort of in flux at certain positions where you're waiting to see how that's going to shake out?
Well, I've said all along, I thought our first group in the offensive line could be good. And we played well. Real pleased with that. We did not play a lot of backups in that first game, and at some point this season we're going to have to. And those guys still have to come along in our depth offensive line-wise. We played a lot of nickel defense because of the formations that Texas were using. So Javon McKinnon, I think, only played 20 snaps or so. That was his first collegiate game ever. He did well with the snaps that he had. And Ben Owens, who's played quite a bit.
Joshua?
As a middle linebacker, he did very well. And Kobe McKinnon at linebacker did well. So, those were the question marks, I guess, coming in, O-line and linebacker. And I thought they performed well. Just have to continue to try to create more depth at those positions.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
As a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, please do so at this time by pressing star 1. We'll pause for just a moment. We do have a follow-up question from Kevin Turbeville with the Jonesboro Sun.
Coach, I was just going to ask you about if you had a chance to look at Memphis's offense and, how they look different now that, they've changed coordinators over there.
Well, I haven't had a chance to study it. I've had a chance to look at it. I'm not sure if they threw the ball 61 times last year in a game like they did this past week. They had almost 500 yards offense. Same big old tall very, very talented receivers. You look at 6'8" as a receiver and 6'4", 6'5", 6'3" as a receiver. They're doing a great job of getting those guys the ball, and they ran the football effectively last week. So a lot of cause for concern right now.
Thanks, Coach.
And we have no further questions at this time.
Thanks for your time this morning, Coach Roberts.
You'll have a good day.